Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back. Let's continue. Noticed his voice, his presence, right in front of my nose. But I couldn't see him. My eyes didn't reflect anything anymore. Because I'd been impaled for such a long time, exposed to continual agony, and I'd utterly forgotten that he and Remy even existed. I wondered if Remy were still nearby. Not that it mattered. I was preoccupied with inhaling. For some time now, I'd been spending all the strength in my body and every one of my nerves on that labor.
君が無事死ぬ前に彼女を始末しておきましょう。
I didn't quite get what he was saying. I couldn't afford to think about it.
私を殺すの？
へえ、そういうことです。遺言をどうぞ。
ごめん、タクのこと助けてあげられなかった。
I heard Remy's dying wail, the sound of someone falling. He shot Remy to death, I thought. It didn't stir my emotions. I had enough other things to deal with. I went back to work of grieving. And in the process, I astounded myself. What meaning was there in this kind of thing? What was the purpose? For what purpose was I frantically breathing? Wasn't this all far too much? Something hot trailed down my cheeks. I might have been crying, but I had no way to know for sure. With only a little bit left out of the 3 days I was supposed to withstand, I had lost my reason for struggling and enduring and coming this far. I'm sorry, Rooney. I'm the one who should apologize. I wasn't able to protect you. There was no longer any meaning in being alive. I released the tension in my body. The speed at which I sank slower, propelled by my weight, increased. The sensation of a foreign object in my throat. It was utterly impossible to breathe. Something was pushing up through me. I came back to myself. The feeling of something foreign inside me had vanished. I wasn't impaled on anything. The only bloody parts of me were my chest and my left arm. How much of it had been a delusion? My brain's processing speed couldn't keep up with things. I couldn't grasp my situation. Before me was Norsi, and his raised D-sword.
帰ってきましたか。あなたが体験した3日間は現実では1秒しか経っていませんが。
Whew.
やっぱり妄想。
Whew, man, when I muttered to myself in relief. Norris's D-swords flashed like a gale of wind. My upper body and lower body slid apart. My field of sight tilted. From the waist down, I was standing on the ground. Yet from the waist up, I had fallen. I had been cloven in two at the torso. The cross-section where he cut me was all too clean.
Huh?
I stared blankly at the lower half of my body. In reality, I didn't want to acknowledge. Oh my fucking god. Reread this shit. A reality I didn't want to acknowledge. There we go. I said that correctly. Was this a delusion too? It'd be nice if it were. Please be delusion. Remy was calling me, in a grief-stricken voice, calling me.
その状態でも死ぬまで数分は持つはずです。元医師である私が言うのだから確かですよ。その間にコードサンプルを取ることにしましょうか。
I crawled, using only my left hand. My right hand. I pulled myself forward, in the direction of Remy's voice. I wanted to touch Remy. I had to save Remy. Remy. My right hand. Forward and forward. I stretched it. But I didn't know where Remy was. I didn't reach her. I didn't reach anywhere. Crunch. The sensation of my bones grinding. Norris's leather shoe had stepped on the back of my outstretched right hand.
さすが化け物。 と言うべきですか。
そののろせの足が蜃気楼のように揺れた。床のタイルの模様がぼんやりとし始めて、天地が回転する。床と天井が逆になる。僕は天井に這いつくばっている。両断された腰からものすごい勢いで血が噴き出す。全開にした蛇口のように血が体から抜けていく。そのまま腕の傷口を通って内臓までが流れ出る。意識がスーッと遠くなる。でも完全には途切れない。血だまりができて、僕はその深紅の海に身を横たえている。ドクンドクンと鼓動する心臓が僕の目の前に転がっていて、血だまりに波紋を作り、その波紋をぼんやり見ていたら、僕の形が崩れた。人としての形を維持できない。僕と世界との境界が消失する。肉が溶け、骨がゴムのように曲がり、眼球は四角になり、口から裏返った肺がこぼれ出し、神経は数万キロメートルも引っ張られ、脳はシワの一つ一つを丁寧に伸ばされ、体はブヨブヨになる。空気に溶けていく。右手が糸のように伸びて、プラネタリウムを出ていく。それは飴細工のように、渋谷の空をさまよって、コーネリアスタワーにくるくる巻きつく。何度も何度も何度も分かれた足が膨れてる。ブクブクと水風船みたい。パンパンにギチギチ音を立ててる。液状化。肉も骨もとろけてふくらはぎに溜まってる。腰からニョキって小さな頭が生えて、ぎょろりとした白い目が僕を見たよ。そしたら僕の頭がぐしゃって潰された。どっちの頭かはよくわかんない。潰れてトロトロになって、ビルの床、コンクリートの分子の隙間を抜けて、落ちていく。地上へ、ビューって地面に作る。どろりとした脳みその水たまり。もぞもぞ、もごもご、じゅるじゅる、どろどろ、プルプル、ビヨンビヨン、ビチャビチャ、ぐじゅぐじゅ、ぐちゃりぐちゃり。僕は二つになる。二つが四つになる。四つが八つになる。八つが四つに。二つが八つに。四つが四つに。どんどん増え、どんどん減る。僕がいっぱい。僕がいない。僕は何？僕って何？何って僕？僕？何？何区がナボに？ナボ。 おになくおな
君は妄想なんかじゃないよ。
れだ。
見てごらん。
西条七海が祈る。兄と共に収容された病院。怪我人があふれた待合室の片隅にうずくまり、実の兄のしわくちゃの手を握りしめて、右手の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈るもう一人の兄の無事を。楠木優愛が祈る。倒壊したビルの瓦礫、そこに埋もれるように横たわるコンテナの中で、彼の美少女フィギュアの一つを握りしめて、地震と火事で醜く変形してしまったフィギュアたちの姿に感じた胸の痛みに耐え、目を閉じて祈る彼女を許してくれた少年の無事を。岸本綾瀬が祈る避難所となっている水明学園。その校舎の屋上で空を見上げて、神話が書かれた文庫本を握りしめて、崩壊した渋谷を覆う不特定多数の妄想が見せる悪意の痛みに耐え、目を閉じて祈る彼女の歌を、彼女の話を聞いてくれた少年の無事を。折原梢が祈る新鮮駅の薄暗いホーム。青井瀬名の震える手を握りしめて、足の傷の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る心の声で語り合ったクラスメートの少年の無事を。青井瀬名が祈る横たわる父の傍らに座り、父の冷たくなった手を握りしめて、最後まで素直になれなかった後悔の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る彼女のお願いに不器用ながら答えようとしてくれた少年の無事を。咲畑りみが祈る。冷たい床に横たわりながら、彼へ伸ばした自らの手をきつく握りしめて、傷だらけの彼の姿を見て感じた。目を閉じて祈る自分が守ろうとした自分を助けに来てくれた少年の無事を。
僕は何もできなかった。君が行動したんだ。その結果としてみんなが君のことを見てきた。君という周囲共通認識はとっくに出来上がっているんだ。これからは、いや、もうすでに君こそが。
僕は、君は誰？君は僕。
Oh boy, here we go. It's time to save dude shit. Hold on. Alright, let's go for the A ending. Actually, yeah, let's do it, and then let's go for the AA ending. Yeah, let's do it. All right, you or me? Yes.
僕は君。
Yes.
僕なんていない。
Nope.
君なんていない。
Nope.
僕は僕じゃない。
Nope.
あなたはお兄。
Yes. Yes.
あなたは西条くん。
Yes.
君はタク。あなたはタクミさん。
Oh boy.
お前は西条。
Time for Remy.
あなたはタク。
僕は僕。
Yes.
僕は妄想の存在。
Yes.
僕は存在する。
Yep.
僕は西条匠。
Alright, we need to make another save here. Because, well, this is what is the catalyst between the A ending and the AA ending. So let's go for the slightly not as good ending. No. No.
僕はその声が聞こえた瞬間に意識が僕を固定した。ぐちゃぐちゃにかき回されていた世界が一気に収束する。混沌は僕の理想度を形作って収束する。僕は僕としての形に戻る。世界は世界としての形に戻る。僕は僕だ。
My sight turned clear. My body had healed. My upper and lower halves were connected. I stood on my own feet. The pain had utterly disappeared. My heart was calm and still.
妄想によく打ち勝ったね。僕の最後の力を君に託すよ。
I recognized Rumi's form at the corner of my eye. She was unhurt. She was looking at me. She was crying. Don't cry. I tensed the hand with which I held my D-sword hilt. I tested the sensation of it. My arms moved properly. I'd come back to life.
これは実に興味深いです。この化け物。
I fixed my eyes on Norose.
確かに僕は化け物だ。でもこれが
In order to rescue Remy, in order to destroy Noah too.
僕が望んだ妄想だ。
Norose's reaction was swift. He had yet to take Nishijo Takami's code sample. Norose had meant to drive him into a corner via delusionary psychological attacks, but instead, he himself had been made to trip up. He couldn't afford to forgive that. Norose closed the gap between himself and Takami. He slashed upward with his D-sword, moving it diagonally. He sliced Takami across the chest. with his D-sword, which severed all manner of things. The target's hardness made no difference. Cutting down a mere human being was a simple... Holy fuck. Alright, hold on. I'm in a shitty position. Alright, the target's hardness made no difference. Cutting down a mere human being was as simple as cutting through jelly. At Noros's swift blow, Takami's body divided. His head and his right arm, his right shoulder slid apart with a slithering noise. All his intestines spilled down to the floor, but no blood emerged. Takami's lower body was on the verge of collapse. He started bracing his legs. He braced his legs. The next instant, waves beat across the severed surface of the wounded squirm. Hold on. Alright, that was really red. It's word. A bubbling noise. And he regenerated. Unhurt, unaffected. His body, which had been cut down merely a second ago, had already brought into being a new neck, a new right hand and shoulder. His old head and intestines remained where they had slipped and fallen. Takami took a step closer to Norose. Norose clicked his tongue, and he turned his D-sword around. Being unable to maintain his shape as a human being, Takami had co-opted that delusion and made it its own. This wasn't regeneration, it was replenishment. As for his lost body parts, out of the dust infinitely multiplying from within him, Takami once again produced flesh and bones. He replenished himself. His form wasn't set, like an amoeba. An amoeba? I don't know, I never knew how to read that. Like slime. It could freely change itself. That was the reason Takami had called himself a monster. Takami's feet took another step toward Norose. Norose's irritation increased. Clenching the grip of his D-sword, he lunged at the approaching Takami, catching Takami's head in what resembled a giant pair of scissors. Takami's head mashed inwards. A cracked watermelon, blood and brain fluid exploded. He lost everything above the neck. Even then, Takami's body continued forward. Regeneration, replenishment happened in a second. When his heel, which had been stepping forward, touched the floor, it was as though nothing had happened, as though he had been wholly replaced. His head was there without a single scratch on it. Norose awoke to the fact that he couldn't defeat him. Physical attacks with his D-sword would have no effect. Takami had co-opted the delusionary attacks that denied his very reason for existence. The current Nishijo Takami was all too abnormal as a human, all too warped as an existence, all too appropriate as a monster. Even so, Norose couldn't bring himself to withdraw. He thought it would be best to utilize Nuwa 2, pummeling Takami with an infinite number of antiparticles. Every kind of existence would transform to negative matter when confronted by antiparticles, thereby arriving at self-collapse. If it were impossible to destroy him with outside attacks, then one simply had to make him crumble from within. Takami had read Norose's thoughts. The light shining from Takami's D-sword changed from red to black. Black flames enveloped his sword, growling, lengthening. The image they evoked was precisely that of a black serpent. Wandering the dome interior, as if it felt cramped, as though licking the roof and the floor, as though scraping away at them, it ate and ate. The serpent's body had formed from antiparticles. It forced everything it touched to undergo self-collapse. Such an avaricious... Holy fuck, what is this word? An avaricious stream of destruction. Alright, hold on. Hold the phone. Alright, avaricious. Characterized by avarice, greedy, covetous. Alright, adjective. Okay, good. Now we know.
触手芸はあんまり好みじゃないけど。
Standing there, Takumi held his D-sword. Its point was fixed in Norris's direction. The black snake, which had been coiled up, lashed its body out like a whip. Its jaw snapped at Norrise.
まさかこれほどとは。
Norrise had never before witnessed such a phenomenon coming from a D-sword. He couldn't determine whether this was a hidden power belonging to the Giglomaniacs or part of Takumi's delusion. Black fangs invaded Norris's body. He began to collapse. So sluggishly, like a frog gradually dissolving inside the snake's belly. He was being swallowed by flames, or by darkness. By dark flames, nah. Deal with it. He felt no pain. Normally this would have leapt to death in an instant. But that wasn't what Takumi wished for. Realizing this, Norrise twisted his lips self-disparagingly. Norrise had no dread of death. It would be fair to say that the ideals he aimed for had been achieved together with the completion of Noah 2.
私を殺してもノア2には誰も近づけない。永久期間なんですよ、それは。人類を未来永劫にわたって管理し続ける。ただ座して眺めているだけではない、人の幸福のために干渉してくる人工の神なのです。
Norrise was, so to speak, God's creator. As long as Noah 2 remained in existence, humanity would be indestructible. The eternal utopia Norrise had desired would become reality. However,
あんたなら近づけるんでしょ。
the snake that held Norris undulated in its body. Oh, hold on. The snake that held Norris undulated its body, raising him higher.
それならあんたは鍵だ。
Norrise was dumbfounded, but that soon shifted to an expression of anguish. The serpent swung his body with almost no resistance. Takumi took a glance at Rimi. Their eyes met. What did Rimi feel as she looked at him? It would have been a simple matter to read her heart, but Takumi didn't do it. It seems like I've been able to save you. He soon averted his eyes. His gaze moved to the still buzzing Noah 2, a deity's inapproachable throne, a cradle for the display of happy dreams.
ごめん。
He apologized to no one in particular.
僕は人類にとっての敵かもね。
The endless utopia this device would bring about. A future without war. Takumi was going to nip it in the butt. in the bud with his own two hands. He couldn't provide the answer as to whether that was a right or wrong.
でも神話でもよくあるでしょ。神だって女絡みでうだうだやってる。だから僕も
Will sacrifice the happiness of all humanity for the sake of the girl I love. Holding his D-sword, Takumi drew his arms far back, almost in the shape of a bow.
突き破れ
He thrusted like a javelin. The dark serpent rushed ahead in a furious straight line. As its tip bit into Norrise, its bait, it went to Noah 2. A massive spear of antiparticles, capable of annihilating anything. It had no will of its own, therefore nothing about it could be warped. A greed-ridden destructive impulse, with Norrise as its key, faced a barrier made of delusions, and immediately battered it away. Shit, boy. Ah, here we are. At what point had it started raining? A violent explosion had taken place. The blast from it had sent me flying away as easily as some old rag. Before I knew it, I was here. Those eyes are always watching me. The stare pierced through the thick, dark rain clouds. It pours down on me like rain. Don't look at me. My body won't stop trembling. But it's more from the cold rubble I'm sitting on than from the chill of the rain. It's terribly cold. An anonymous gaze from the heaven pierces me. As if to escape it, I raise my head a tiny bit and survey my surroundings. Out there is a shattered city. Out there is despair. Out there is death. Out there is nothingness. No one is here. No one is moving. No one is alive. All I can hear is the sound of the continuously falling rain. If things continue this way, everything, both alive and dead, I wonder if it will be gently enveloped and washed away. It would have been nice if all that happened turned out to be just a delusion, but it seems that isn't the case. My body won't move. I can barely move my neck and my eyes. I can no longer use such monstrous power as I did before. I'm trembling, but that's no more than a psychological phenomenon. The action is involuntary. I don't want to shake like this. If I can't move it freely, then it isn't my body. Or maybe I wasn't born free. No one understands where the heart is kept. So despite that, how can anyone say for sure that my heart is inside my body? But in that case, where could I have been before? I wonder if I'm here now. Maybe I'm nowhere? Suddenly, a sound that isn't the rain of death resounds in this broken world, where everything remains at a standstill. The sole existence floating out in the midst of nothingness. Who are you? The reason your skin appears so pale. Is it because you're frozen from the coldness of the rain? Or is it because you're already dead? But she isn't trembling, and those eyes are almost hidden by her bangs. Don't look at me. They also seem terribly sad. They also seem infused with madness. They also seem to be reflecting nothing. If she and I are the only ones in this world, if we continue gazing solely at each other like this for the rest of eternity, would my world be reduced to that which is reflected in her eyes? Would her world be reduced to that which is reflected in mine? I am what's reflected in her eyes. She is what's reflected in mine. When I think about it that way, the world instantly becomes much smaller.
ねえ、
The lovely noise that abruptly reached my ears. She hangs her head. She spreads her hands out on both sides. It's like she's trying to take off and fly away, taking aim above the clouds. Or maybe it's an attempt to catch everything the rain brings with it.
あなたを見つめる妄想。
With the way she hangs her head, there's no way I can assess her expression from my position. Beyond the thin film of rain, what kind of face are you making? An angel? Are those wildly dancing feathers of light blessing me? Or else? Ah, I see. I understand. She'll use that to do the favor of killing me. She slowly drops to her knees before my collapsed form. Even now, her head hangs down. She softly reaches to embrace my head. Relieved by the fact that she isn't looking at me, I simply surrender my body to her.
殺さなくちゃいけないの。
A whisper near my ear. A lovely noise.
ごめん。ごめんね。
There's nothing to apologize for. If I don't disappear, the other me, the real me, will die. So I'm fine with this. I'm glad you're going to erase me. It's a happy ending for our monster. I no longer have any regrets. A warm, soft, tender, sweet sensation. It's much like anesthesia. And mysteriously, my trembling gradually starts to lessen. Her faint breath tickles my cheek. A very sweet scent. I abruptly feel a pressure on my chest. The great sword she carries is tearing the skin of my chest, boring into my flesh, treading between my bones, and steadily sinking its way into my body. Yet, numbed by the anesthesia of her kiss, I no longer feel any pain. Because you kill me like this, so gently, I unexpectedly become anguished. I'm on the verge of crying. To keep her from noticing, I look past her head, up at the dark gray sky that goes on, pouring rain on us. Woo, lad. All right. Oh, we're not done yet. Oh my god. Again with the we're not done yet. Oh boy. Man, what a ride. What a ride. Oh. So, that was ending A. We still have ending AA to do. And believe it or not, there's actually an ending B, but that revolves around New Game Plus, which is just wow. Like, I don't know if I can do it. Basically, Route B is influenced by delusion triggers, so you have to select 11 of the. All right, according to this game facts. All right, hold on. Route B, unlike Route A, which results in ending A and AA, Route B is influenced by delusion triggers. You can only get the ending B after you've completed the game once and started a second playthrough. 11 of the 40 plus delusion triggers will determine if you get this ending. Which is crazy to think about. This game facts is by Lord Rochelle. So yeah, props to that guy. I'm just sticking around to see if there's anything that happens after the credits. They don't seem to be that long. Sorry for the pop-up screen, by the way. Let's see. Nope. All right. That's that. I hope to see you on the next episode, which may or may not be the last one. And yeah, until then.